Hello everyone and welcome to another LSJ late review for Mr. Sardonicus. Now Mr. Sardonicus is directed by a man named William Castle. Now this guy's been involved with some movies I've heard of before and I have not seen any of them, but these movies are House on Haunted Hill, 13 Ghosts, and he also produced Rosemary's Baby. None of which I've seen. They're all kind of gaps. Maybe I'll get to these later. But, so William Castle, God, he must have thought of himself as a bit of a fucking Hitchcock, right? Because the movie opens and it's him kind of going, "Ooh, welcome. This is a spooky movie. Oh, nothing can prepare you for Mr. Sardonicus. Oh." Yeah, alright. Thank you. And he appears later on in the movie. I'll talk about that in a minute. So the general gist of Mr. Sardonicus is there's this cutting edge doctor. This movie's set around 1880, right? So there's this guy named Sir Robert Cargrave. Now, he's a fucking kick-ass doctor who's got like all these techniques to help people who've got like muscular problems and shit, and he's also got this new invention called the hypodermic needle and all that kind of jazz. Now, he was destined to marry this woman named Maud, but Maud's dad was just like, "Nah, not having that. You're off to marry this other guy named Mr. Baron Sardonicus." Hey, why is this movie called Mr. Sardonicus when he's a fucking baron? Why isn't the movie called Baron Sardonicus? That just... Because of Cargrave's fucking medical prowess and all that kind of shit, he gets a letter from Maud saying, "Please, my life depends on it. Come to my home and help me out." So he makes the travel there, and the rest of it is kind of standard stuff. It turns out Dr. Sardonicus has this evil-looking sardonic smile, and he can't get rid of it. It's there permanently. He's had to retrain himself how to talk and shit. He's had medical motherfuckers from all over the world come to help him fix his face. Nothing's worked. So he's gotten this guy, Sir Robert Cargrave, to come and see what he can do. And he's got an added incentive. He's got the woman that Sir Robert loves, Maud. Now, the thing is, this movie's got no tension because, right, you think like Sardonicus, right, he's this evil dude, he's got experiments going on. The experiments don't make any sense. Alright, if Sardonicus has his fucked up face, why is he experimenting on people without fucked up faces? Why isn't he experimenting on people who have had some kind of facial deformities and seeing what happens there? No, he's got his henchmen putting leeches on the maid. He's doing experiments on other women and stuff. He's got one henchman, just one, and it's this really old dude with one fucking eye named Krull. And I'm thinking to myself, dude, Maud could kick this guy's ass and piss off, but alright, then she'll have to escape the tall, intimidating Mr. Sardonicus. But as soon as Sir Robert comes around, man, Sir Robert could just like fucking smash Krull and just get the fuck out of town with Maud. No, he feels like he has to stay and kind of help and protect Maud and all this crap. But the movie is not all nonsensical and bad. There are some nice little touches. There's no mirrors in this house, probably because Mr. Sardonicus doesn't want to look at his face all the time. So Krull has never gotten a good look at his eye, which is, alright, that's kind of weird, because he always does errands for Sardonicus, which means everywhere else is going to have like mirrors and shit. And besides, what if you're outside or the sun's like hitting the windows at the right angle and you're standing at the right angle and you can see reflection? Forget that. But there's a really good touch because there's no mirrors. Krull's got a kind of a shaving neck right here. That's a nice little detail. I would say Guy Rolfe, who plays Baron Sardonicus, is fantastic. he seem more intimidating, I guess, if his backstory wasn't so fucking weird and dumb, and also if he had a few more henchmen or a bit more of a like, because of Sardonicus' rictus grin face, he wears this face mask. Like, it would have been cool. Maybe it's like the skin of someone who crossed him, or maybe something like that. Some more horror elements actually would have been good. There aren't really that many horror elements except for his smile, and which is kind of lame. Guy Rolfe plays Sardonicus really well. The unfortunate thing is there's nothing around Sardonicus to kind of build up his intimidating presence. Like, as I said, one henchman, and there's this really old chubby dude with one eye. Yeah. Guy Rolfe is also the only person in this flick that I've heard of before. And I cursory glance at IMDb, and I was like, oh shit, he's Toulon from the Puppet Master movies. Alright, that's pretty cool. So, Guy Rolfe seems like a bit of a horror movie icon. I feel bad for not really knowing him. I only saw Puppet Master last year, actually, before I really started doing movie reviews. So he doesn't have this indelible impression on me like maybe a lot of other horror icons do. Now, near the end, William Castle, he comes back on screen and he's like, alright guys, do you think we should punish Mr. Sardonicus even more? If so, hold up this card and give the thumbs down. If you think he's had enough punishment, hold up your card and give the thumbs up. And the version of the movie my wife and I watched, it's the thumbs down ending. So, Mr. Sardonicus is punished even more for his evilness. The thing is, though, I did a bit of a reading on this. Apparently, there is no good ending, or merciful ending, I should say. That doesn't exist. Apparently, the studio didn't like that kind of downer ending. And so William Castle came up with this gimmick to give the audience a chance to vote. Apparently, a lot of audiences, most of them voted for "fuck you, Sardonicus, eat shit." So, I guess him coming in towards the end is quite jarring, but I guess that's a really creative, clever way to get the ending that he wanted into the movie. Kudos for that. As far as I'm aware, there is no other ending. If there is, feel free to tell me in the comments or even show me a clip of it or whatever. I didn't think this movie warranted that much research, to be honest. The movie's not very scary. There's not really that much tension building. Sardonicus is not very intimidating. Neither is his henchman Krull. The movie's full of fucking plot holes galore. And I come away with giving Mr. Sardonicus a 4 out of 10. Now, the reason I'm doing this movie review is, it's my father-in-law's birthday today, which is pretty good. Merry birthday. And he'd been recommending that I check this movie out for a while. Now, my father-in-law is quite the piss taker. So, either he loves this movie or he has a soft spot for it because he saw it when he was young. Or he's just like, I want to make him watch something fucking bad. Either way, it's not a boring movie by any stretch. It's an hour and a half. It goes at a steady clip. And it was an interesting experience, to say the least. Though, I wonder if this has been riffed on MST3K style. It is kind of that bad. But yes, a 4 out of 10. There we go. My next review will be a movie from 1992. It's a horror flick as well. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. It's an adaptation of a Stephen King story. And that'll be out sometime this week. Now, as always, give me a like, give me a dislike, subscribe, share this shit around. That helps a great deal. And I'll see you next time.